Today we talk about Rene Hearse Tires. Hello legends and super legends, welcome to Veloharmony. In today's video, I want to talk about a special set of tires that I've gotten in. Gentlemen, one of the legends on the channel named Spoudoir, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. On the last video I made about tires, 28 millimeter versus 25 millimeter, he put in the comments that he had used Rene Hearse tires, and maybe, I'm paraphrasing, maybe it's something that I should check out because they're very nice tires. They're really special, and basically he rides them and he won't ride anything else. So I saw that, and having an open mind, I went online, I did a search, Rene Hearse Tires review, and came across an article from a website called the Veloharmony, cycling nut, loosely translated. And I read this article about a writer who calls himself an architect, comic book reader, everything but, and then he said cyclist. But he wrote a review that was like reading a novel. And it was almost like, in a way, romanticized his experience with their tires. So I was blown away because he was describing things that you just couldn't make up. And it was clear that it came from his experience. So it piqued my interest. So I came back to the channel, put a review on the Spoudoir's comment, and said, seems interesting enough, I will check it out. So I contacted, they used to be called Compass. I think Compass Cycles, and now it's Rene Hearse. But they have a following. I think the Dirty Kanza winner follows them, uses their products. So it's a niche. It's kind of a boutique kind of thing. So I'm not going to talk about the pricing, but those of you who are looking for tires, as they call it on their site, that will take your riding to the next level, as far as comfort and suppleness, check out Rene Hearse Tires. I contacted them, and they sent two tires that just came in, and it says Compass on here. I think they used to be called Compass Cycles, and now they're called Rene Hearse. Their tires have these unique names that are named after the area that they're in. Like this is named after a pass called Cayuse Pass, and this is an extra light. They have an extra light and they have a standard. The extra light tires, they claim, will take your riding to the next level. So when I contacted them, I requested the extra light tires. And if they turn out to be what I hope, then I will get them to send standard tires that you can use when you're doing like winter training or whatever. But these are almost like racing tires, and they're high end. So they're for discriminating riders that have been cycling long enough, that are looking for something different, more comfortable, with a lot of suppleness and grip. I haven't ridden their tires, but I've read enough reviews. And one of the reviews, the guy was saying that when he put the tire on there, he could feel the tire gripping the pavement as he turned. Being somebody who's a car buff, I kind of could relate to that. He described the feel and everything going on between the tires and your body, and just, everything being communicated to you. It just made it a joy to be on the bike. And I read his article on Veloharmony to the fullest. I will put the link in the description here for those of you who want to check out his article. But there are many other reviews out there, and there are other forums that talk about these tires. It's like a cult following. It's not necessarily for everyone. It's for people who are looking for something beyond the mainstream that's very special, and it has a huge following. I was unaware of these tires, and so I want to thank Spoudoir for sharing on the channel, because I get a chance to put these on. I'm going to put them on the Zonda wheels that I have, because I've ridden them enough to where I'll be able to tell the distinct difference. All right, legends, I have installed the tires on my bike on the wheel, the Zonda wheels, and I put them on my bike, and I want you to see what it looks like. I'm going to do it from a distance here. It's on the lighthouse. Classic look. It being a steel frame, I think is apropos. I'm gonna move over to it and show you the tread. You're gonna see it, since it's new, I haven't ridden it yet. It's gonna be hard for you to. Let me put on some more lights in here. Let's see. Hopefully this will. The tread is very simple. It's similar to the Vittoria Cosa Evo tread almost, you know. But what I noticed is that when you touch the tire, it's just, the casing is supple. I have it aired up to 100 PSI. I want to kind of do the test. They recommend that you put up to 105 maximum in the ultralight tires that you see here. And on the tire, there was a branding called Compass right there. And then that's the model of this tire, Cayuse Pass. I hope I pronounced that correctly. You can see it says 700 by 26 extra light. It must be a small 26 because it fits the Ritchie fork, which I can't put a 28 on, so maybe it's just in between there. I mean, it fits, there's enough clearance. There's nothing rubbing on the fork like the 28s would do. I think even a 25, the standard 25. So the sizing of the tires are all over the map as far as, you know, the other manufacturers, because I can't put a 25 in the front of this blue bike, but this 26 fits. And I'm gonna give you a shot from back here. You can see there's plenty of clearance. It is not anywhere near touching the fork. So even if I got debris in there, I wouldn't have any problems. So this 26 must be a true 26. I didn't measure the width of my rim, but I measured them with a caliper to like 25.4, 25.5 when I aired them up. So it's very supple. The tire feels almost a little, I don't want to say sticky, but you know, until I ride it, you really don't know. But just want to share this with you, and I will give you my perception when I get through putting it through its paces on the road. So legends, after riding the Compass / Rene Hearse tires on the Zonda wheels, I did that on Sunday, where I was out and I came across Team RR after Saturday's ride, as you saw recently, and I was so impressed with them. It's really hard to describe, but it's consistent with the article I mentioned on Velo Nut, where the guy was writing like poetry about the tires. The tires, they grip in the corners, you feel them. They transmit great road feel. But the best way I can describe it is that those of you who have been following the group rides, Honia Egypt has been scraped up in certain corners, and we hate riding on the scraped up area. Well, we're in a group, so I had to ride because we're going north, and it doesn't have as much of an edge that you can ride on. Plus, in the group, it's trickier. So I had to ride on those scraped up areas, and these tires were like, what scraped up areas? So you feel what's going on with the road, but it transmits it in comfort. That's the best way I can put it. I was so impressed, and that was with standard butyl tubes. So what I've done today is I've put them, I mean, they passed the test as far as I'm concerned. I was like, wow. So Spudwa, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Legend, thanks for mentioning and sharing the information on the channel, because I did not know about these tires. They're not mainstream per se, but they're a gem. And there's a part of the tire where I discovered that they actually badged Pan Eraser in the tread, and everything they do is subtle. You got to really look for it. It's not in your face. You can't really see the markings very well, even for the PSI. They recommend 105 maximum PSI. That's what they have on that thing. I did my 90-95. I was pleased. Well, I've put latex in them, and I've put them on the Urus wheels. That's where they're going to stay permanently, because the Urus wheels have more aerodynamics and so forth. You know, Zondas are fine, of course, but I'm going to put these on here, you know, after riding them. And so they're on here, and I set them at 95, 100 in the back, just to see, because sometimes you got to play with different tires. But these are the ultra light 26-inch compass tires for the road bike, and I'm very pleased with them to the point where I will contact them and see if they can send the standard casing. The standard casing is tougher and more durable if you have rougher roads and you're more prone to flats. They resist them even more. So that would be something that I would like to use in the winter. And now that I've found this brand, thanks to Spoudwa, it's almost like, okay, you don't want to ride anything else. That's how good they are. And so that's why I'm thinking about contacting them to see if they can send the standard casing. And if that passes, then going forward, I'm going to just focus on riding these tires. Plus, I really like the look. It reminds me of when I was a kid, the old school look. So I wanted to share this with the channel. And those of you who are looking for a distinctive, unique kind of tire that is not well known per se, except in certain circles, and that just outperforms most tires out there, go to Rene Hearse. I will put their link down there. And they used to be compass tires, but they make just a few brands, but they do them really well. There's not a whole lot to pick from, but what they do very well. And I'm at the point where I'm looking for things that will enhance what I already know. So why not? Okay? To that effect, let nothing stop you from getting your K's in.